that. That is such a pet peeve.
What? Oh, hey, Chatter.
This video is for commentary, discussion, and educational purposes under fair use. Everything said here is opinion, not fact, and not legal advice. Any document shown in public record shared strictly for context and conversation. How are you guys feeling about the latest episodes? I see so many mixed emotions and takes on Mona being on the pod, but I really think she is going to give these guys a run they are not ready for.
Not a 90. We're not even going to do that. You ain't get 90s yourself. Stop.
How you know? Y'all stepping on my head.
But you didn't get...
And can see so many clashes about to happen.
Like I said, I'm cool.
I hate that. That is such a pet peeve.
What?
I say it like this.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
There was a saying that I was told a while ago, something along the lines of like the first person you meet when you enter a new room and make friends with is usually the person that you're not going to get along with in the end. And the person that you despise or something along those lines is the one that you end up becoming close with. So like right now, she's really getting along with Mark.
We already secretly agreed on Twitter that we would go against all these if we had to because of the city.
She's getting along with Imani. We saw them doing their little dance. And a lot of people seem to think that her and Flip are going to bump heads. Now, these two, I think, are two peas in a pod.
I got oatmeal pie. Listen, yes.
And they are twinsies. They are just like each other.
Neighborhood watch president.
But I'm wondering if these two are going to end up teaming up and tag teaming the rest of the cast. And I don't think the JBP is ready for that. Because Mona is very outspoken and gives that vibe. Like, I may have said it in a previous video or I may have scrapped it. I'm not sure. But it came back to mind. She's like the braider or stylist in the barbershop that can hang with the fellas and still rock some stilettos. She really reminds me of when they added Eve in the barbershop movie. Y'all remember that? They even started joking on Imani for his pronunciation.
I don't care about the English language and the letters and stuff like that.
I don't know. No.
And here goes Mona.
You ever hear me misinterpret something, please correct me. That's important to me. I hate the thought of that.
But Mona, girl.
24/7 fraud monitoring.
Mona has said she does not watch the pod.
Whatever. I don't watch the podcast.
I don't know. I feel like that's like applying for a job and not doing your research on the company, their pillars, and really knowing how you fit into the company culture. So how do you think Mona will fare as she gets to know the guys more than some internet clips and more than just knowing Joe? She has also said on her pod, I believe a day or two ago, something about November.
Working on that. I got you. I think that might be alleviated in November.
So I don't want to speculate on that. I'm going to just drop that little breadcrumb and we'll come back to that in another video. But right now the jokes are flying and Mona already said she is not going to the class. I really think she might give them a run for their money and then some. I don't think these guys know what they're in for. Because this part stood out to me.
On the side of, you know what I mean, I don't want nothing to do with the person.
Right, because ratting is a character flaw.
Especially when Mona's passed and Mark's initial reaction when Ice told the story about opening the door and then standing on this statement.
Yeah, well, the niggas that know me, no, don't do no crime with me or around me because Ice a rat.
Remember Mark's reaction? I hope they retell this story in front of Mona since she says she doesn't watch the pod. Now, whether she's just saying that, but I need to see her reaction to this story. Now, I do think the other side of the coin is that they are starting off very similar to how Mel started off. They're really jokey joke and everybody's laughing and smiling and it's the good energy and they're hitting each other and ha 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 and all that good stuff. But Mona started talking about them helping her find somebody and my brain just said, Lord, no, please, not again. I was so sick of hearing about Mel's love life or lack of one. I mean, here and there is cool, but I hope this isn't a topic that is going to constantly find itself at the center of the pods, okay? And speaking of dating, Joe and the cast, they did start unpacking the Ayesha Curry interview from last month. The clips going around definitely made it sound a little bit different than how she told the story as a whole. And I have to say, I found it based on the clips, and then I went and found the interview to get the whole context, but I couldn't get through it. And I was stuck on a few parts, especially, talking about your kids. Like for me, I would never want to say that on the internet, knowing millions of people are listening and someday my kids are going to replay that. So that's just me personally. Everybody feels differently about that, especially when it's the story as a whole. And all in all, I think a lot of things, they don't need to be said on mic because your intention will always be interpreted based on the listener's perception of you and their experiences. And the internet loves to poke holes. I mean, hello. For me personally, I just believe these types of interviews, they can really chip away at what you work so hard to achieve, especially at the level of personality or celebrity that the Currys have. She's trying to say things that she thinks sound relatable, but it's coming off as complaining. So I don't know. My thoughts are, what is the point of saying it outside of your close friends, right? What do you guys think? For the fellas, how would this interview as a whole, not the clips, the whole interview, if you watched it, how would that make you feel? How would you feel if your partner put their thoughts out there like this? Ladies, what are your thoughts? I mean, I've seen worse on the blue apps, but to each their own. Anywho, Ish is back, and I love how they kept passing the ball in the combos. It is so interesting to watch how they do this podcast dance. It's just really interesting to me. They even brought back the blue perch. Yes, and Flip is back on it instead of in the corner wearing his Marcus Garvey sweatsuit. I see Sasha posted on the JBP couch, and I have mixed feelings on that, but we'll talk about that when that episode drops. So stay tuned, Chatterboxx fam. You already know what to do. Let's talk about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and go check out my Patreon.